React to nothing, because the fastest way to lose control over your life is to let every word, every opinion, every delay, and every disrespect pull an emotional response out of you. And the moment you react, you reveal your weakness, you give access to your mind, and you allow outside noise to dictate your internal state. While the strongest people in the room stay silent, not because they are afraid, but because they understand that calm is leverage and silence is strategy. And in a world addicted to reactions, the person who reacts to nothing automatically rises above the chaos without raising their voice, without explaining themselves, without proving anything to anyone. When you react to nothing, you stop bleeding energy in places that were never meant to matter. You stop wasting focus on people who do not contribute to your growth, and you stop letting temporary emotions interfere with permanent goals. Because reaction is cheap, it is instinctive, and it feels powerful in the moment, but it always leaves you weaker after. While restraint feels uncomfortable at first, but it builds authority, composure, and mental dominance that compounds over time, until you become someone whose presence is felt without speaking, and whose silence carries more weight than other people's arguments. Reacting gives satisfaction. Reacting feeds the ego. Reacting creates noise. But reacting also makes you predictable, and predictable people are easy to control, easy to distract, and easy to pull off track, while those who react to nothing remain unreadable, unmovable, and mentally untouchable, because they decide when to engage, when to walk away, and when to let silence do the work, and this decision alone protects their peace, their focus, and their forward momentum. React to nothing because every unnecessary reaction delays your progress. Every emotional outburst drains your discipline, and every moment spent explaining yourself is a moment stolen from execution. And disciplined people understand a brutal truth, that life does not reward those who react the fastest. It rewards those who remain steady the longest, those who can sit in discomfort without flinching, those who can hear disrespect without responding, and those who can feel pressure without panicking. When you master reacting to nothing, your mind slows down while the world speeds up. Your vision clears while others remain emotionally blinded, and your decisions improve because they are no longer rushed, defensive, or ego-driven. And this clarity becomes an unfair advantage, because while others argue, complain, and react, you are quietly adjusting, improving, and positioning yourself for outcomes that do not require explanation. React to nothing does not mean you accept disrespect or tolerate weakness. It means you refuse to let it control you. It means you choose long-term power over short-term relief. And this choice is what separates those who stay stuck from those who silently elevate. Because silence backed by discipline is not passive. It is calculated, it is controlled, and it is lethal to chaos. Over time, reacting to nothing reshapes your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who needs to respond and start seeing yourself as someone who decides. And decision makers are never at the mercy of emotions, opinions, or circumstances. They operate from standards, principles, and vision. And once you reach this level, outside noise becomes background static that cannot penetrate your focus. React to nothing, because the loudest response you will ever give is success. And success never reacts, it arrives, it stands, and it leaves no room for argument, explanation, or doubt. React to nothing, and understand this deeply. The moment you stop reacting, you stop leaking power, because every reaction is a confession that something outside of you has control over your inner world, and disciplined people refuse to give that control away. They do not flinch at disrespect, They do not rush to defend their name, and they do not explain their intentions to people who have no authority over their future, because they know that reacting feels strong for a second, but weakens you for a lifetime, while restraint feels uncomfortable now, but builds unshakable strength later. When you react to nothing, you create space between stimulus and response, and in that space lives intelligence, composure, and dominance. Because anyone can react emotionally, but only a few can pause, observe, and choose their next move with precision, and those few always end up ahead, not because they are louder, but because they are calmer, clearer, and more controlled, while others burn energy in unnecessary battles. React to nothing, because most people are not trying to understand you. They are trying to provoke you, test you, distract you, or pull you down to their level. And the moment you react, you confirm their influence. But the moment you stay silent, you deny them access, and denial of access is power, because what cannot reach you cannot control you. As you continue reacting to nothing, your nervous system adapts, your mind strengthens, and your emotional discipline sharpens, until chaos no longer triggers you and pressure no longer shakes you. And this emotional stability becomes rare in a world addicted to drama, instant responses, and constant stimulation, and rarity always creates value. React to nothing, and you will notice how quickly clarity returns, how focus deepens, and how your energy stops scattering, because reactions fragment attention, while restraint concentrates it, and concentrated energy always produces stronger results, whether in work, relationships, or personal growth. React to nothing because silence forces others to reveal themselves while you remain protected. And when people talk, react, or explode in front of calm, their intentions, insecurities, and weaknesses become obvious while yours remain hidden. And this asymmetry is advantage, because the less you reveal, the more control you maintain. Over time, reacting to nothing trains patience at a level most people never reach. Patience that does not wait passively but moves deliberately. Patience that observes patterns instead of chasing impulses. And patience that allows you to strike only when timing is right. And timing, not speed, is what wins long term. React to nothing, because the strongest form of confidence does not announce itself. It does not demand respect, and it does not chase validation. It exists quietly, consistently, and undeniably, and people feel it without you saying a word, because confidence built on discipline cannot be shaken by opinions or moods. The more you react to nothing, the more unpredictable you become, and unpredictability combined with discipline is dangerous, because nobody can manipulate what they cannot read, and nobody can control what refuses to respond emotionally, and this makes you mentally untouchable in environments designed to test, provoke, and distract. React to nothing. Stay disciplined, stay composed, and keep moving forward without noise, because in the end, the person who reacts the least controls the most. And the loudest victory is the life you build while everyone else was busy reacting.